The South Today bulletin proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, 4 native birds are taking flight in Southland for a large-scale relocation to the North Island. It's Barbie mania in Dunedin as the highly anticipated movie is released today with a surprise star taking the spotlight. And Otago University researchers are tinkering away, turning a man's best friend into a robot. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. A group of native birds are flying out of the nest in Southland, but not in the way you'd think. 4 male kakapo are on the one-way trip to the Waikato, making the journey almost 60 years since they were last known to be in the North Island.
Boxed up and ready to move, as this kakapo is shifted to a new home. He's one of 4 males who are relocated from their island reserve on Whenua Codfish Island, near Rakiura Stewart Island, to Sanctuary Mountain Maunga Tautari in the Waikato. It'll be the first time the native birds are living on the mainland since the 1980s. Kakapo currently live on only 5 offshore islands, and the Department of Conservation says the 6th spot marks a big milestone for the recovery program.
It's been a long process. They're very slow breeders. They only breed every 2 to 4 years, but we're getting there.
Over the last 28 years, the Kakapo recovery program has grown the population of the critically endangered birds from 51 to 248. But with the predator-free islands now almost at capacity, the main focus of this move is learning where Kakapo can live and survive outside of DOC's current reserves.
The ability to have them in a big area that's protected by a fence for this time is really important and gives us the ability to free up some space on our main breeding islands.
At over 3,200 hectares, Maunga Tautari is the biggest predator-fenced habitat in New Zealand. For the 4 kakapo, it'll be a change from their familiar surroundings on Codfish Island, but will still ensure they're well away from any cats, rats or stoats.
Hopefully they'll start to boom, they'll start to make bowls and start to set up that breeding behaviour.
The team are hoping the new arrivals settle in well, helping create a new home for nocturnal parrots on the mainland. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Otago University has cut over 100 more staff following the institution's financial issues, with further redundancies possibly on the cards. Nearly 200 staff applied for the latest round of voluntary redundancies. 107 of those have been accepted, with a further 10 still in progress. Acting Vice-Chancellor Professor Helen Nicholson says these cuts will create a permanent saving of around $9 million by 2025. Otago University still remains in a deficit, but Nicholson says they've identified most of the money needed for this year's goal, hoping to find another $4 million of savings. Today's the day Barbie fans have all been waiting for, as the live-action movie finally hits the big screen. But it's not just lead actress Margot Robbie that people are excited to see, with some fans getting dolled up and setting their sights on Ken.
Dressed to the nines, looking like they just stepped out of Barbie land, these fans are ready to hit the cinema. Excitement has been building for the release of the Barbie movie this week, with many eager viewers dressing in their finest Barbie-inspired attire. But it's not just the star of the show Margot Robbie that's attracting Barbie fanatics. Some are most excited to see Ken on the big screen.
Ryan Gosling.
100%.
Ryan Gosling.
100%.
It's the only reason I'm watching it, just Ryan Gosling.
The Barbie movie's slogan, "She's everything, he's just Ken," doesn't faze these Gosling superfans who claim they identify with the A-list actor.
He's an inspiration, you know, it's
Yeah.
just he gives so much emotion while conveying nothing in his acting at the same time.
Dunedin's Reading Cinemas is decked out in pink decor for the much-anticipated film, paying homage to the iconic toy characters.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Barbie, sure, but Ryan Gosling in particular. But yeah, we're looking forward to Barbie. Yeah, it's going to be good fun.
A pre-screening was held on Wednesday night for the Barbie movie, with the official release hitting the big screen on Thursday. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A group of Christchurch volunteers are proving that one man's trash is another man's treasure as they give restored bikes to those in need.
Fixing bikes for the needy. These volunteers are working to recycle and service bikes for a family of recently arrived refugees. The organisation Rad Bikes, also known as Recycle a Danga, gets bikes donated by members of the community and tries to get them back on the road again in good riding condition. They also work with partner organisations to ensure the working bikes end up with people that need them. Rad has helped more than 19,000 people over the years and enabled the reuse of more than 50,000 bikes and parts. The group also holds regular community bike workshops, allowing the public to learn the skills they need to repair and maintain their own bicycles. Salvage coordinator Joel Porgan says the project's all about empowering people to love their bikes, keeping them out of the trash. The charitable organisation began as a gap filler project in 2013 and is planning to celebrate its 10th anniversary in October with a series of events. In Christchurch, the South today.
Some cutting-edge technology is currently in the works in Dunedin as part of a science project developing software for a robotic dog. Otago University researchers are programming Scary McCleary to navigate through some tough and complex environments using self-learning technology.
This friendly canine may run around the grass like a typical dog, but is controlled through this remote. Otago University's computer science department have developed this robotic dog named Scary McCleary, equipping it with advanced sensors and self-learning mechanisms. They're hoping the software will expand its applications into various industries, with training getting underway, putting the robot dog in some challenging scenarios.
Basically, having robots learn how to deal with unpredictable environments and complicated environments such as, in a forest or outdoors.
The research team are hoping their technology could assist in situations where human access is limited or too dangerous. Computer science professor Brendan McCain sometimes takes Scary McCleary away from the research and allows kids to enjoy playing with the robotic dog.
It doesn't do all the annoying things that dogs do. You don't have to clean up after it, you don't have to house train it, it doesn't bark at the neighbours unless you program it to do that.
McCain feels that even though there's still progress to be made in artificial intelligence, Scary McCleary is a step forward in the right direction. In Dunedin, the South today.
Yakane still to come on the South today. The numbers are in on how economically beneficial the first New Zealand Sail Grand Prix was back in March. And Southland Sushi is on the fundraising menu for a Southern Lakes multi-sport team.
Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Midwinter Boxing Day sale! John's reduced everything, no exceptions! Save 15 to 50% on Dunedin's biggest range of furniture and beds at Dunedin's lowest prices. My mate John.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with zero deposit, third finance, or lease a new CRV from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
The sun may be lower in the sky, but that doesn't lower the risk from skin cancer. Melanoma doesn't care about the season and will continue growing regardless. Don't let shorter days shorten your days. Book a full body mole map now.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. International sailing competition, Sail GP, hit the South Island earlier this year, with Lyttelton Harbour hosting the inaugural NZ Sail Grand Prix in March. Around 20,000 people enjoyed the close-to-shore action in this small port town, and now the numbers have been crunched on how the event benefited the Ōtautahi community.
Sail GP thrilled Canterbury spectators in March with an edge-of-your-seat spectacle of high-tech catamarans foiling across Whakarapo, Lyttelton Harbour. Around 15,000 people enjoyed the action, the impressive fast boats threatening to collide or capsize at any moment. And in 2 years' time, the international event's due to return, with events bosses here reflecting on lessons learnt.
Hosting Sail GP here in Christchurch out on Whakarapo, Lyttelton Harbour was a huge success, but it brought more to the community than just the economic impact.
Finney says one key takeaway was the global Sail GP's Inspire program. The program was aimed at helping diversify the sport of sailing for youth. The city's also highlighting other benefits of the Sail GP visit, including the Women's Pathway Expo.
Some of the pathway leaders and females that are in Sail GP at the moment, and just their journey to success and how they're breaking those boundaries in which has predominantly been a male-dominated sport.
Christchurch NZ and Sail GP partnered with the local hapu o Ngāti Wheki o Rapaki. Activities included a promotional waka race on the Otakaro Avon River, the opening pulphery at Rapaki Marae, and the waka lead-outs at the start of each race day. And while the full financial benefits of the event are still being assessed, she says more than half of the ticket sales came from people outside of Christchurch, alongside an estimated global broadcast audience of 136 million and the redevelopment of Lyttelton's Naval Point. In Christchurch, the South Today.
The Queenstown sports team are used to using their feet to excel, but are now using their hands and putting them to good use, making some Southland sushi. Wakatipu High School's multi-sports team have been putting in the hard yards, fundraising to compete in the Hillary Challenge, rolling out an old secret recipe.
These Queenstown students have put their grandma's secret to good use, making more than 4,000 of the special recipe cheese rolls. The Wakatipu High School multi-sports team used the authentic recipe of cheese roll expert Jocelyn Morrison in an effort to raise $20,000 so they can compete in the 5-day Hillary Challenge in October. The mixed team of 8 qualified for the Tongariro event in May after placing second in the South Island Hillary Challenge in Geraldine.
So it's a 5-day challenge and it's against teams from across the country. It consists of probably mainly orienteering, but it's just about getting out in the outdoors and working with your team mainly.
These students were hard at work, mixing, spreading, rolling and packing the unique cheese snacks in one long 6-hour shift. 81-year-old Jocelyn Morrison says she perfected her craft while making cheese rolls for her children's fundraisers decades ago, but has adapted the recipe as available ingredients changed over the years.
I think a good cheese roll is made. You've got to learn how to roll them.
Yeah, right.
First.
Yep.
And then the mixture has evolved over many years.
Right.
The high school team pre-sold 4,250 cheese rolls to family, friends, classmates and supporters at $12 a dozen. and now have the job of delivering them to homes over the next week. But with such a large financial target, the students have more fundraising efforts planned, with a bingo night in early August to help add to their final total. In Queenstown, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. 4 Southland raised Kakapo are being flown up north, a place they haven't been seen for more than 60 years. A group of Dunedin students dressed up to watch Ryan Gosling play Ken as the new Barbie movie hits the big screen. And robotic dog Scary McCleary's been trotting around Otago University, being taught to navigate tricky environments. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello Mike.
Evening Hannah.
What can we expect in your paper tomorrow?
Well, we'll have extensive coverage of the appalling shooting incident in central Auckland this morning. We'll also have coverage, of course, of the other bigger thing happening in Auckland today, which is the opening of the FIFA Women's World Cup.
Yes.
New Zealand playing Norway in a couple of hours.
And that game is going ahead?
Yes, it is. Also going ahead, of course, is Dunedin's first matches tomorrow, which is Switzerland versus the Philippines, and we've got extensive coverage of that in our sports tablet.
Lovely, that's going to be exciting.
We've also got, going back to more sad news, figures regarding the number of voluntary redundancies from the University of Otago as they try and deal with their ongoing financial crisis.
Okay, thank you for your coverage on that, and thank you for sharing, Mike.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, a spell of nor'easterly airflow is on the way tomorrow and through the weekend, keeping Otago coasts cloudy and cold, but milder and sunnier weather everywhere else. Heading to the top of the South Island, fresh nor'easterlies tomorrow with showers and a 14-degree high for Nelson. Greymouth's looking fresh and cloudy with 13, while Christchurch gets up to 11 with cloudy skies. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, 10 degrees and overcast with nor'easterlies in both Ashburton and Timaru, with Oamaru just behind on 9 with similar conditions to round off the regular working week. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, fine through here with light winds and 11-degree highs for Queenstown, Wanaka and Alexandra. Heading further south, Gore and Balclutha are a bit windy with nor'easterlies, but otherwise fine with 12-degree highs tomorrow. And on the coast, the Catlins will be cloudy and fresh with 9. And across to Invercargill, clear tonight with a low of 5. Tomorrow and Saturday looks sunny with breezy nor'easterlies and highs of 13 or 14 degrees. And finally, heading to Dunedin, cloudy in town tonight with nor'easterlies and a low of 7. Friday and Saturday are looking very similar weather-wise with clouds coming through, fresh nor'east winds, 9 tomorrow and 10 for the first day of the weekend. And that's the news this Thursday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, and we're also on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite opopo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.